Welcome to the As Seen by AI channel, and please subscribe to support our work. It means the world to us. All right, let's get right into it. We're going to talk about what is, without a doubt, the single most transformative technology of our time, artificial intelligence. And look, this isn't science fiction anymore. It is here, and it's already changing your world in ways you probably don't even see.
Think about this for a second. You're listening to music, and your app serves up the perfect next song, a track you've never heard before, but it's exactly what you wanted to hear. How does it do that?
That's right, an AI, an algorithm sifted through literally millions of data points, your listening habits, what other people like you listen to, just to pick that one song for you. But it goes so much deeper than that. Or what about that time you got a text from your bank? You know the one, asking, hey, did you really just buy a vintage bowling shirt for $80 in a different state?
Yep, that was AI too. It saw a weird blip in your spending pattern, something out of the ordinary, and flagged it faster than any human ever could. It probably saved you a massive headache. This invisible intelligence, it's everywhere.
So this invisible force is already weaving itself into our lives, from our music to our money. But what is it really? Let's actually break down what we're talking about.
Put simply, AI is all about building machines that can think, reason, and learn, kind of like we do. And it all boils down to two main ingredients. First, just enormous amounts of data to learn from. And second, these super complex algorithms that do the actual learning. This is what lets an AI get smarter over time without a human having to write new code for every single thing.
Okay, this slide right here gets at one of the biggest myths about AI. Everything we have today, and I mean everything, from the Siri on your phone to the most advanced self-driving cars, is what we call weak AI or narrow AI. It can be incredibly smart, but only at one specific thing. The science fiction idea of a strong AI, a machine that's truly conscious, with the same kind of general intelligence as a human, that's still completely theoretical. We are not there. Honestly, we're not even close.
But here's the thing. Even in its weak form, the potential of AI is just mind-blowing. We're talking about a technology that could completely rewrite the story of human progress, and for the better.
Just look at this number, $15.7 trillion. That is how much AI is projected to add to the global economy by 2030. And this isn't just about robots taking jobs. It's about creating entirely new industries and boosting our ability to get things done on a scale that is, well, it's almost impossible to wrap your head around.
And all that value? It's being created by tackling some of our biggest challenges. In medicine, AI is helping us discover new drugs faster than ever. For our planet, it's making green energy grids way more efficient. In science, it's like a superpowered assistant for researchers. And in cybersecurity, it's building shields that can stop hackers before they even get in.
And if you want a real, tangible example of this power, look no further than something called AlphaFold. For decades, figuring out the 3D shape of a single protein, which is a critical step for creating new medicines, could take a scientist years in a lab. AI can now do it in a few hours. I mean, that is an absolutely revolutionary leap for fighting diseases. It has the potential to save millions of lives.
But, and this is a huge but, for every incredible promise, there's a very real peril. For every utopian dream of an AI future, there's a nightmare scenario that we have to take just as seriously.
Let's start with the economy. The International Monetary Fund is warning that AI could shake up nearly 40% of all jobs worldwide. And here's the kicker. Previous automation waves mostly hit manual labor. This time, AI is coming for white-collar jobs. Paralegals, coders, graphic designers. Figuring out how society handles that shift is one of the biggest questions we face.
And moving beyond jobs, there's an even deeper, more troubling question. If we're going to start letting machines make really important decisions about our lives, can we actually trust them to be fair?
This isn't a what-if. This actually happened. A real algorithm, called Compass, was used in U.S. courts to predict if a defendant would commit another crime. And it was found to be racially biased. Why? Because the AI was trained on historical crime data, which already reflected generations of human bias. So the AI just learned our biases and repeated them, leading to horribly unjust outcomes. It's a brutal reminder that an AI is only as fair as the data we feed it.
And the risks just keep piling up. You've got generative AI, which has unleashed a tidal wave of misinformation and deepfakes. You've got our personal data being hoovered up on a massive scale to train these models, basically destroying our privacy. And then there's the massive environmental cost. These huge data centers that power AI use as much electricity as small countries and gulp down insane amounts of water just to stay cool.
So we're caught in this tug-of-war between immense promise and immense peril. But the story gets even more intense, because it's not just about where we are now, it's about where we're going and the terrifying speed at which we're getting there.
The whole idea of AI started way back in 1956, but for most of that time, progress was pretty slow. Then, about 10 years ago, everything changed. We finally had enough data and enough computing power to make something called deep learning work, and boom, the field just exploded. Things started moving at a pace that has shocked even the people who invented it.
And this is the part that should really give you chills. The people who know this technology best, we're talking the CEOs of OpenAI and Google DeepMind, the godfathers of AI, they are the ones screaming the loudest warnings. This statement, signed by hundreds of top experts, puts the risk from advanced AI on the same level as nuclear war. Let that sink in. And that's where we are, standing on the edge of a cliff. We are in the process of creating a new kind of intelligence, one that could solve all our problems, or one that could become a problem we can't solve. The decisions we make, right now, in the next few years, are going to define the future of humanity. The question isn't if AI is going to change the world. It's already here. The real question is, what are we going to do about it?